Hello everyone, it's Virendra, your chemistry teacher in front of you with a new topic of class 12 chemistry, that is alcohols, phenols and ethers. Today we will discuss the flow chart of this chapter. First of all, we can see that in this chapter, alcohols and phenols and ethers, what we have to study. First important thing is the classification, how we can classify them, and second thing that is very important is nomenclature. Since last 4 years, I have observed that we are getting 5 marks question are coming from this chapter every year. Okay, so you have to prepare this chapter very well because 5 marks questions are being asked from this chapters. Okay, so first we are coming to the nomenclature. Nomenclature is very simple. Alcohol and phenols are mostly having same type of nomenclature. Now see, if we want to name alcohols, okay, so nomenclature can be of 2 types. First, we are using their common name, and second is we are using their IUPAC names. So if you are using common name and it is about the alcohol, so what we do? We have to first we will name the alkyl group which is present in the alcohol, and after that we will add alcohol word. Just like here, if this is methyl alcohol, you can see here, if this is CH3OH. Okay, so common name of this will be, because the alkyl group is CH3, so we will say it methyl, and OH is alcohol, so we will add the word alcohol. So in the same way, we will name common name of alcohols, alkyl group plus alcohol. So methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, propyl alcohol. Now coming to the IUPAC name. For IUPAC name, we have to use first alkane and drop the word E from it, and then add all, OL, all we have to add. So for this CH3OH, how we will name it? Because alkane, alkyl group is, this is methane, so we will drop E, so it will be methane. E will be dropped and all, OL will be added, so this is methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol. So according to this, we have to mention the position of OH group also. If it is on first position, second position, third position, in this way. Or if it is 1 all, 2 all, in this way, we can give the name to the alcohols, common name and IUPAC name. Now coming to the phenols. Now if same way, common name and IUPAC name of phenols. So this is phenol. Okay, so for common name we have to use word ortho, meta and para. This here, if here any group is present, then we will say it ortho. This position is known as ortho. If here, then it is known as meta. And if it is here, then this is known as para. So for these position we use ortho, meta and para. So here we can see if OH group is present on ortho position, so we will call it orthocresol. If same OH group is present here, then we will say metacresol. And if it is present here on para position, then we will name it paracresol. So this is a common name for phenols. And for IUPAC name, especially for dihydroxy, if 2 OH groups are present, then what we will do here? Like this. Okay, this is phenol, and phenol is having 1 more OH group. So for common name, it is catch-all. But IUPAC name, for IUPAC name we have to mention the position. So if OH group is present on 1 and 2, then it is 1 and 2, so we will make it clear. We will have to name it like 1 and 2. we will use, if this OH group is here, we will use term 1 and 3. And if this OH group is present on para position, we will say it 1, 4 and then benzene diol. So what is this name? IUPAC name will be, this is benzene, and on 1 and 2 OH groups are present. So we will say benzene 1,2 diol. Okay, so this is nomenclature for alcohol and phenols. Now coming to the third one. Third one is ether. Ether is very simple. Okay, so for ether, we have to name alkyl or aryl group. Alkyl group or aryl group. And alkyl and aryl group we will use in alphabetical order. That means if it is ethyl and methyl, we will use ethyl first, because E comes first in alphabet, and methyl will come in the second position. If it is ethyl and propyl, then again ethyl will come first. So how to name ether? Common name. Alkyl group first, and then we will have to use the word ether. So the example is this. This is the ether. CH3OC2H5. Two alkyl groups are attached with O. Then that is ether. So how we will name it? Here ethyl is also present and methyl is also present. So alphabetical order, ethyl comes first. So we will say it ethyl, methyl, ether. This is common name. And now for IUPAC name. For IUPAC name, we have to again alkyl or aryl group, but E will be replaced. We will not add the E word. E will be replaced by oxy word. And after that we will add parent hydrocarbon. So for same here, first alkyl and aryl group. And alkyl and aryl group will be named according to the number of carbon atom. The lesser number of carbon atom will come first, and the parent hydrocarbon will be the ethyl group, will be the alkyl group which is having more number of carbon atom. So here we can see ethyl is having 2 carbon atoms while methyl is having just 1 carbon atom. So the name will be methoxy. This O will be added by methyl. So it will be methoxy, and parent chain will be ethane. So methoxy ethane. So this is the simple form to learn the nomenclature of alcohols, phenols and ethers. Now coming to second thing, that is preparation. How can we prepare alcohols, phenols and ethers? So this is our first preparation, that is alcohols. So how can we prepare alcohols? There are 3 methods to prepare alcohols. First method is from alkenes. We can prepare alcohol by using alkenes also. We can prepare alcohols from carbonyl compounds also. We can prepare alcohol from Grignard reagents also. So these are 3 important methods to prepare alcohols. Now coming to phenols. How can we prepare phenols? For phenols we have 4 methods. First method is from haloarenes. We can prepare alcohols from haloarenes also. Haloarene, this is very important because this is the property of haloarene, and here it is the preparation of alcohols. So first method we have to utilize haloarenes. Second method is from benzene sulfonic acid, and third method is from diazonium salt. This is very important. From diazonium salt also we can prepare alcohols, and this is for phenols also. Okay, alcohols are these 3 and this is for phenol, and fourth is from cumene. So there are 4 methods to prepare phenols. First one is from haloarenes, from benzene sulfonic acid, from diazonium salts and from cumene. And then comes ethers. How can we prepare ethers? So for the preparation of ether, there are 2 methods. First is dehydration of alcohols. We can remove water from the alcohol molecule. And second is Williamson's synthesis by making phenoxide or alkoxides. So these are the methods of preparation for alcohols. Now coming to physical properties. So what are the physical properties of alcohols, phenols and ethers? So first coming to physical property, we have to learn only two. First one is boiling point and another property is solubility. So for boiling point, if we are coming to boiling point, see this is boiling point. Okay. So what happens? For alcohols, what is happening? Boiling point increases. Boiling point is increasing as the number of carbon atoms in the alkyl group or in the hydrocarbon chain is increasing. That means methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, it will go on increasing as the molecular mass is increasing. But remember, it is decreasing if there is branching. That means primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So primary alcohol will have highest boiling point, but secondary and tertiary alcohols will have low boiling point because due to this branch. So what is happening? This branching is decreasing the force. Okay, now see here, this is we can say alcohol, any alcohol we can say. Okay, primary alcohol we can say it. So here what is happening? Here van der Waals force is increasing. Van der Waals force is increasing. So what is happening? As the number of carbon atoms are increasing, the boiling point also increases. But what is happening? If branch is coming like this, okay, it is secondary or it can be tertiary. So due to this van der Waals force is decreasing due to hindrance. So because of weak van der Waals force, boiling point is coming down. So for boiling point we can say for alcohol and phenols, it is increasing as the number of carbon atom is increasing and decreasing with branching, as branching is going on and on. Okay, if number of branches are more, then what is happening? Boiling point is going lesser and lesser, and reason is just because of the van der Waals force. In first case, van der Waals force is increasing, molecules are coming close to each other, and so it is taking more energy to break the bonds. And in second case, when van der Waals force is less, so it is taking less energy to break the boiling point. Okay, so this is all about boiling point. Now second thing is solubility. Now see for ether also. So what is happening? In ethers we are having, this is ether we can say. In ether, this CO bond is polar in nature. So what is happening? There is no difference between the boiling point of alkanes or of ethers. It is almost same. If the molecular mass is same, boiling points remain same. Now coming to the second property, that is solubility. So what is solubility? Solubility means whether it is soluble in water or not. So what is happening for alcohol and phenols? For alcohol and phenols, the solubility is decreasing. Solubility decreases of alcohols and phenols. Why? This solubility is decreasing as the number of alkyl groups are increasing. Why this is happening? Now you can see here to understand this. What is happening? This is CH3 group, and as the number of carbon atoms are increasing, what is happening? These CH3 groups, these alkyl groups are hydrophobic in nature. That means they run away from the water. So the solubility is decreasing. That means ethyl alcohol is more soluble and propyl alcohol is less soluble, because propyl alcohol is having more alkyl groups in comparison to ethyl alcohol, and ethyl alcohol is less soluble in comparison to methanol. Okay, so the reason is because of increasing alkyl groups, and alkyl groups are hydrophobic in nature. That means they move away from the water and the solubility decreases. And so same way is for phenol also. So we can say that the solubility of alcohols and phenols decreases as the number of carbon atoms increases, being hydrophobic in nature. Second is for the ethers. And the solubility of ether, they are soluble in water. Why they are soluble in water? Because ether can form hydrogen bond with water. See, this is ether. This is ether. And this is water molecule, and this is another water molecules. So what is happening? This oxygen of ether is making hydrogen bonding with the water molecule in this way. See here. So this is the reason that ethers are soluble in water. So these are the three topics: nomenclature, preparation, and physical properties. Few important questions that are related to this chapter also we can discuss here. Now I am coming to the important questions. Important question, we can say that first question that is coming is that the boiling point of alcohols and phenols increase with increase in carbon atom. I have already explained it, okay, but it is decreasing with increase of branching. That I have already explained you, that this happens because of the increase in van der Waals force and decrease in van der Waals force. So this is very important question, that boiling point of alcohols and phenols is increasing with increase in number of carbon atoms and decreasing with increase in branching. And second question that is very important is boiling point of alcohols and phenols are higher in comparison to other classes of compounds of comparable molecular masses. Why this is happening? Why the boiling point of alcohol and phenols are higher than other compounds having same molecular mass? The reason is that they are having intermolecular hydrogen bonding, and this intermolecular hydrogen bonding, this is lacking in other compounds like in ethers and hydrocarbons. So this is also very important question. Now third question, next question that is very important is alcohols and phenols are soluble in water. This is regarding this solubility, okay, but solubility is decreasing with increase in size of alkyl and aryl group. Here same thing. Why this is happening? Because first thing is why they are soluble in water. Alcohol and phenols are soluble in water because they are able to form hydrogen bond. But why this is decreasing as the number of alkyl groups are increasing? Because alkyl or aryl groups are hydrophobic in nature, and as the number of carbon atoms are increasing, it is decreasing. Okay. So these are the important questions of this topic, and I hope that this chapter will be very clear to you. And now only chemical properties are left that we will take in our next chapter.